We are in the Hagdama of the Rambam to Sefer Mishnah Torah, where the Rambam is enumerating all the mitzvahs, Mitzvas Aseh and the Mitzvas Aseh. And according to the Seder Halimud of Perek Ech Layim that the Rebbe instituted, so the mitzvahs that the Rambam mentioned, the Mitzvas Aseh, are divided into 3 parts. So each day we do another part. And Al Derazeh, the Mitzvahs Aseh, are also divided into 3 parts. So one day we did 83 mitzvahs, the first 83 mitzvahs Aseh, and today we will continue doing another 83 mitzvahs of those mitzvahs Aseh. So we are up to mitzvah Pei Dalet. Pei Dalet, lahakriv kol ha-korbanos bebeis ha-bchira. Shenemer v'sham taseh koil asher anoichi mitzaveka. Pei Hei, lihitapel ba'avois ha-korbanos michutz loris lebeis ha-bchira. Shenemer rak kodeshecha sheyir lecha unedorecha tiso uvasa pi hashmu lomdu she'eni medaber ela b'kotshei chutz loris. So there's a chiyuv that a person has a chiyuv of a carbon, he has to bring that carbon from chutz loris to the Beis HaMikdash. Pei Vav, livdeis kotshim balimumim v'yiu mutarim b'achila shnemer rak b'achal avas nafshecha tizbach v'ochalta basar mipi hashmu lomdu she'eni medaber ela b'psula ha'mukdoshim she'yipodu. That there's an option and there's a mitzvah of being poida psuli ha'mukdoshim. Pei Zayin, lies hatmura kodesh shnemer v'hoyehu utmurasa yiyah kodesh. Pei Ches, lechel shiori menoches shnemer v'haniseres mimena yoichlu ar nuvonov. Pei Tes, lechel psar chatas v'osham shnemer v'ochlu oisam asher kuper behem tzadik lisrev psar kodesh shenitma shnemer v'habosar sheyiga b'chol tomei le yochel bo'esh yisorif tzadik aleph lisrev noisar. So there's 2 mitzvahs. One mitzvah to burn kochim that became tamei, and now there's another mitzvah, lisrif nesas, tzadik aleph, lisrif nesas, shenamar v'hanoisar mipsar hazevach, v'yem ashlishi ba'esh yisorif. So these are the mitzvahs, and over here, basically, the Rambam is finishing off over here the mitzvahs which are connected to Beis HaMikdash. As we mentioned, in mitzvah Chof, that's where he started the mitzvah of living Beis HaBchira, and then here the Rambam is finishing off a mitzvah Tzadik Aleph, the mitzvah of Lisrif Nesa, which are all mitzvahs which are connected to the Beis HaMikdash. Then the Ram continues, Tzadik Beis, the Gadol HaNozer Sa'ore, Shnemer Gadol Peres Areshe, Tzadik Gimel, the Gadol HaNes, Legaleach HaNozer Sa'ore Al Korbanesov, B'mleis Yimei Nizrei, Ebetech Yimei Nizrei, Im Nitma, Shnemer V'chiyomus Meis Olav. So there's a chiyuv that when he finishes the Nazirus, he should bring Korbanis. And also, if during the Naziris he became Tomei, so there's also a Seder of Korbanis. Tzadik Dalet, Lekayim Odom Kol Shehitzi B'svasav Mikorban, Eitzdoko Kietzbem, Shenem Metzis Vasecha, Tishmer V'osis. So be'emes over here also, these mitzvahs are also a hamshech, that there's the union of Korbanis. A Nazir has Korbanis, say if he was a Nazir, and he didn't become Tomei, or if he became Tomei, and then there's a general din that a person is mechuyev l'hoitzi the kayim ha'sheitzi b'svasav as far as carbon is concerned, and al derech zeh tzedakah is concerned. Tzadik Hei, loden b'hofer nedarim b'chol hadinim ha'amurim b'parsha. The parsha that there's a musik called hafaras nedarim, so you should be done in hafaras nedarim according to the halacha, the way it's amurim b'parsha. Tzadik Vov, lies kol hanigeh b'nevela tomei. Shnema v'chiyomus min ha-behema, a person that touches a behema, or not only a person, also a keli that touches a behema, a food that touches a behema. So a nevela rather, if a person or food or a keli touches nevela, comes in contact with nevela, so it becomes tamei. Tzadik Zayin, liyesh shmoina shrotzim mitam. Shnemer v'zel l'chamatome, that the shmoina shrotzim ha-mitame. Tzadik Ches, lies ha'oichlim mistamen, the oichel could become tamei. Shnei mikol ha'oichel asher yeh yochel. Tzadik Tes, lies hanida tmeo mitamel acherim. So in other words, what we learned before in Tzadik Vav, lias kol ha'negeh b'nevela tamei, was like going on a person that's negeh b'nevela tamei. Now there's another din that in Tzadik Ches, lias ha'oichlim mistamen, the oichlim could become tamei. Shnei mikol ha'oichel asher yochel. Tzadik Tes, lias hanida tmeo u'metamel acherim. She's tamei, she has a din of tumah, like she's also a little lavi lamigdosh and lechol kochim, and she's metamel acherim. Kuf lies hayiledes tmeya kenida. Kuf aleph lies haymetzera tamei u'metamei. Kuf beis lies beged menuga, a beged that has a nega in it is also tamei u'metamei. Kuv Gimel Lias Bias Menuga Mitame. That a bias Menuga is Mitame. The Rambam doesn't say Tame. The Rambam says Mitame because Bechlal a bias generally is Mechubal Karka. So the din is something that comes into the bias becomes Tame. I'll call upon him. The Rambam doesn't say Tame. Lias Bias Menuga Mitame. Then the Rambam says Kuv Dalad Lias Hazov Mitame. So over here he also doesn't say the word Tame. Kuv Hey Lias Shichva Zera Mitama. Kuvov Lias Hazova Mitama. Kuv Zayin Lias Hames Mitame. Kuv Ches Lias Menida Mitamen L'Odem Tor Umitarin Mitumas Mes Bilvad. Menida is the Mechatas, which is the Mayim Chayim, which has the Efer of the Parah Aduma, and that's used to sprinkle on someone that was a Tmei Mes, and that's used to be Matayr a Tmei Mes. If someone is Noisei, Menida Shalei L'Tzerech of being Matayr, so he becomes Tami. So I'll call again, Lies Menida Mitamen L'Odem Tor Umitarin Mitumas Mes Bilvad. V'chol Elu Adinim Shel Tumis Elu Reiv Mishpatei Kol Tumah V'Tumah Mehen Mevur B'Teirish B'Ksav. So I'm saying most of the halachas of Dinei Tumah says in Teirish B'Ksav. Kuf Tes Lies Hatare Mikol Atumis B'Tfila B'Mei Mikvah Shnema V'Rachas B'Mayim Miskol Psori is Kach Lomdun Pia Shmua that when it says V'Rachas B'Mayim it doesn't just mean to wash in water, but it means Sherechitza Zu B'Mayim Shekol Gufe Eilebem B'Basachas. It has to be that you're immersed into water, which your entire body is covered in this water. And Chazal said that is the Mashayr, that a regular person, is Geva Ama Lama Begeva Shalishamis. That's the share of a mikveh, which is Arboim So. Kuf Yud, Lies Hatare Min Atzoras, Bein Tzoras Odom, Bein Tzoras Bayis, Beitz Erez, Ve'eze Vishnit Tiloas, Ushteit Tziporim Umayim Chayim, Shenema Zeis Tia Teres HaMetzera. That's the Parsha in the beginning of Parshas Metzera, where it tells you the Seder of Tares HaMetzera, and that's also the Seder of the Tares of a Bayis Menuga. Kuf Yud Aleph, Lies HaMetzera Megalech Es Kol Sorei, Shenemer V'hoye V'yem HaShvi Yigalch Es Kol Sorei. It's part of the Tara process. B'yem HaShvi, he's Megalech Kol Sorei. Kuf Yud Beis, Lies HaMetzera Yodua Lakel B'dvarim Hamurim Bei, God of you frumim, which is clothes are cut, are torn, and v'reishe yeh farua, v'al sofam yata, v'tomei yikra, v'chein kol shar atmeim, tzrichim leidiyas atzmos. So these are the dinim of a metzera, which a metzera b'amis is osir b'taglach, he's not allowed to have a tasperis. Not sure if that's the taich according to the Rambam, v'reishe yeh farua. Sometimes the word v'reishe yeh farua would mean that he has to leave his hair long, he should leave his hair. Sometimes the taich for raw means it should be covered. It actually should be covered. Pashas Lashon Rambam in Tumas Metzera, we'll see over there, it's Pashas Lashon over there, V'reshiyah for raw means it should be covered. But I'll call upon, there's also a din that a Metzera is not allowed to have a tisperis. So, but the Rambam is saying it al Sadin that Lias HaMetzera Yadua, that's L'chura, the din that he's not allowed to have a tisperis is not al Sadin that he should be Yadua. I'll call upon him. Lias HaMetzera Yadua Lakel B'dvarim Hamurim Bei B'god of you frumim V'reishe yeh farua V'al sofam yata, which means that he covers also his mouth. The Rambam writes also that he's not supposed to talk, supposed to keep his mouth closed, to cover his mouth. And v'tami yikri should call out that he's tummy. V'chein kol sharat meim tzrichim leidiyas atzmam. Kuf Yud Gimel lasis parah aduma lias afra muchan. Shenema v'hoysel adas b'nei Yisrael. So the din is that you have to make the parah aduma. It's a din on the tzibur to make a parah aduma, and the purpose is that the efer of the parah aduma should be muchan to be matayr. Kuf Yud Daled lias mayrich odom noisen domim haksuvim b'parsha. Shenema ish kiyafli neder. So when a person says erech of a person olai, so he has a chiyuv. There's a Mitzvas Aseh for a person to pay the amount of money that the Torah says for this age of a Adam. Kuf Tezvav lias mayrich behema tmeya noisen domeh shenema v'hemedes abehema. Over there you have to assess the value of the behema and give that to Egdish. Kuf Yudvav lias mayrich beisei noisen ke'erech hakein shenema v'ish ki yagdish is beisei. So a person's magdish beisei, he has to give the value of the bias to the kain. Kuf Yud Zayin lias litein magdish sadeu erka. Ha'omer b'teira shnema v'mizdeach uzasi b'negei asdei achuza. There's a special din of how much you have to give, and not according to the value of the Sada, but the Torah writes a specific value for for Chemer Seirim. So Memela, so that's the Chiv. Mitzvah Aseh is to pay the amount of money that the Torah designated for the value. That's the erech of the Sada, depending on how far it is from Yevel. Kuf Yud Ches, L'hoisiv Hamoyel Oy Oichel Truma Choimish Ala Kern Lachzirei. When a person is a Moyel Behegdish, over there means Moyel Behegdish B'Shegig, or Oichel Truma, which is also Oichel Truma B'Shegig, so he has to, besides paying back the Keren, he also has to add a Choimish. Lias Hamoyel Oy Oichel Truma, L'hoisiv Hamoyel Oy Oichel Truma, Choimish Ala Kern, Ulahachzirei, Shnem Vesa Shechotim in HaKedesh, Yishalim, Kuf Yutes, Lies Neter Revai Kodesh, that what was grown in the 4th year should be Kodesh, Neme Yekol Pirye, Kodesh Hilulim, Kuf Chof, Lahaniach Peya, Kuf Chof Lahaniach Leked, of the stalks that fall to the ground, Kuf Chof Beis, Lahaniach Eimer Ashikha, Kuf Chof Gimel, Lahaniach Eilis Bakeren, when you have very small grapes, so then you have to leave them in the keren, leave for the aniyim. Kuf chavdala laniach pereta keren. Over here, pereta keren means when the grapes fall to the ground, so it's bedugma of the leket by tfuah, so there's the peret bekerem, laniach pereta keren, k'fi shebechole lunema lo'oni v'lager taziv esam. V'zui mitzvahs aseh shalem, the mitzvahs aseh, to leave the pereta keren. Kuf chavhei, lahavi bikurim lebeis abchira, shnem ereshes bikuri ad moscha. Kuf chavav, lahafrish truma g'doyle lakoyin. Shnem ereshes goncha titanle. So we had, it's not only lahafrish truma, but it has to be lahafrish truma g'doyle lakoyin. Kuf chav zayin lahafrish meiser dogon la leviyim. Shnem v'chol meiser haaretz. You leave meiser for the leviyim. Kuf chav ches lahafrish meiser sheni lihiochel leba'ola b'Yerushalayim. Shnem aseh ta'aseh is called for zarecha. Piashmol lomdu shazui meiser sheni. So there's the Meiser Rishon, which you give to Levim, and then there's the Meiser Sheni, which you mafshish another a tenth, and that you bring to Yerushalayim, you eat it in Yerushalayim. Kuf Chof Tes, Lies HaLevim mafrishin Meiser min HaMeiser shalokchum Yisrael, v'neis neis ilikenim, shnema v'lalvim tedaber, that's Trumas Meiser. Kuf Lamed, lahafrish Meiser Oni tachas Meiser Sheni, b'shlishis u'b'shishis b'shavua, Hashem miksei sholishonim, Teitzis kol masar tvuascha. So in the first 2 years of the Shemitah, and Alder is the 4th and the 5th year, so you give Meiser Rishon plus Meiser Sheni. And on the 3rd and then the 6th year of Shemitah, you give Meiser Rishon plus Meiser Oni. Kuv Lamed Aleph, Le'esvades vidui Meiser. Shenema v'amarta l'fnei Hashem alikecha bi'arti HaKedesh, which you do after the 3 years, during the 4th year. Kuv Lamed Beis, Likreis al ha-bikurim. When you bring bikurim to the Beis HaMikdash, there's the kriya al ha-bikurim. Shnema v'anisa v'amarta l'fnei Hashem alikecha. Kuf lamed gimel lahafresh chala lakein. Shnema reishis arishiseichem chala tarimu. Kuf lamed daled lahashmit karka. Shnema v'ashvius tishmetenu unatashto, which means you let go of the karka and you let everyone eat from the karka. Normally you keep the karka, you protect the produce of the karka, which is yours. Over here on Shemitah, you let everyone eat from the karka. Kuf lamed hey, lishbeis me'avedas haaretz. On Shemitah you have to rest from avedas haaretz, nema b'choresh u'b'kotzer tishbeis. Kuf lamed vov lekadesh shnas yovel b'shvisa ki Shemitah. To be mekadesh the shnas yovel through resting, like Shemitah, shnema v'kidashtem, eis shnasa chamishim shonas. The Lashon Rambam is normally you'd say v'kidashtem, that's a ma'aseh kiddush to call the yovel yovel. You give the yovel Hashem yovel. The Rambam is saying lekadesh shnas yovel b'shvisa ki Shemitah. That you mekadesh the shnas yovel through shvisa, like Shemitah, shnema v'kidashtem, eis chamishim shnasa chamishim shona. Kuf lamed zayin litkoya b'shefer b'shnas hayovel. Shnema v'avarta shefer tru, which is done in Yom Kippur. Kuf lamed ches liten geula la'aretz b'shnas hayovel. Shnema b'chil eretz achuzaschem geula titnu la'aretz. So if a person bought karka from someone, which he got b'Yerushim der achader until the chalukas ha'aretz, so that karka goes back to its original owner when it comes yevel. Kuf lamed tes liyes geulas boti orichema at shona. Shnema v'ish ki yimker beis meishav irchemis, the whole Seder Advarim, when a person sells a house in an irchema, so after 12 months, the first 12 months there's a possibility of being goyal that bias, and after that, so then it goes to the owner, whoever bought that bias. Kuf mem limneis shnei yevel shonim ushmitim shnem usafartu lecho sheva shapshis shonim. So there's a mitzvah to count 7 years, and then to count 7 times 7 until you reach shnas hayevel, to count the yevel. Kuf mem aleph lahashmit ksofim b'shvius shnema shomit kol bal mashiyode, that a person should let go of the loans. If someone owes him money, so when it comes Shemitah, he should let go of that loan. Kuf mem beis linges lenochri shnemer es hanochri tiges v'ashayir lechos achicha. There's a din by a yid, you're not allowed to mon by him the money if you know that he doesn't have the money. Mashenkin by a goy is saying linges lenochri. So the Ramban argues with this Rambam, and he tells that there's no mitzvah linges lenochri. There's an isser to be noiges from a yid, and that isser say is an isser lav, and then there's also an isser esser by the Torah saying es hanochri tiges, and from here we can infer that lepel a yid not. So that's a lav habom miklal esa. The Torah didn't write it in the ephon of a lav. The Torah wrote it in the esa. So it has the din of an esa. So this din of lanochri tiges, the whole purpose of the pasuk is to tell us that a yid not, and to learn that a yid not from an esa. But then it wouldn't go into the gather of a mitzvah aseh. The Ramban is telling. A mitzvah aseh means a mitzvah that you're obligated to do. A lav which comes from an esa doesn't go into a gather of a mitzvah aseh. That's the shitas of Ramban. Now the question is the Rambam arguing, he's tiny, he agrees that B'emes it's only an Isser Esa, but an Isser Esa also goes into the Minyan HaMitzvahs? Or does the Rambam say no, that it's taka an Esa Mamish? So in the Shittas HaRambam, whether an Isser Esa goes into the Klal of Minyan HaMitzvahs, there's a very big deal that there seems to be steers in the Shittas HaRambam itself. The Rambam, L'moshel B'Negea, that there's a din, that Isha B'Vsulei Yikach B'Negea Ken Godel, so that's also mentioned as one of the mitzvahs, Isha B'Sulei Yikach, and over there's also a din whether or not it's actually an Esa, the Isha B'Sulei Yikach, or again, it's the Ikar is the Isser Esa. The Isser is that he's not allowed to take someone that's not a Psula. And again, the Rambam puts it in Minyan HaMitzvahs. Al kol ponim nochamol kuf mem beis linges lenochri shnemer hanochri tiges v'asher yir lechos achicha. Kuf mem gimul liten men abehemol akein hazreya v'al choyayim v'akeva Shnema v'nosim lakein hazreya. There's a mitzvah to give matnas guna. Kuf mem dalid liten reishis hagez lakein. Shnema v'reishis gez sein chetitn le. Kuf mem hei loden bedini charamim mehem laHashem mehem lakein. Shnema es kol cherem. So depending what the lashon was, so there's a din of cher mekanim, a cherem that you give to the kain, and then there's the din of charamim that you give to Bedek HaBayis. Kuf mem vov. Lishchet behem chaya ve'ef va'achar yoichel psorim shenama v'zavachta mipkorcho mitzeincho. So there's a mitzvah aseh that you should v'zavachta mipkorcho mitzeincho, and only then should you eat. Now the Ravid argues, Ravid times over here also, it's not some mitzvah aseh lishchet. There's an isser to eat without shchita. So again, it's al derav isser esa. There's an isser esa to eat without shchita, but it's not a mitzvah aseh lishchet. Lepel we make a bracha. Make a bracha shekadishanim mitzvah tzivanu on shchita. So there is a mitzvah. I'll call upon him. There's a dion, but the Rambam mentions shchita as part of the Taryag mitzvahs. Kuf mem zayin lechasis dam chaya ve'ef shnem v'shafach is domei v'chiso be'ofer. Kuf mem ches l'shalech hakan shnem v'shalach t'shalach zayim v'esabonim tikach loch. So if a person wants to take the kan, so yeah, the kan sipper, so then he has to be mishalech hasoim. Kuf mem tes livdek b'simoni behema shenemer zeis achaya asher techlu. So over here also there's a din. The Ravid argues that he's tired. There's no mitzvah livdek b'simoni behema. There's simoni behema to tell you what's kosher, what's not kosher, and whatever is not kosher, you're not allowed to eat. And when the Torah says you should eat only what is kosher and has these simonim, so that's again, there's only an Isser Esa. But I'll call upon him, the Rambam learns that livdek b'simoni behema is also a mitzvah saseh. Kuf nun livdek b'simoni ha'ef achi yavdul ben tomi sheboy l'torah shebei shnema kol tzipur teira techelu, which is even a bigger chiddush, because by tzipur the Torah doesn't really write simonim. The Torah just lists the tzipur which is tummy, and memela we know everything else other than that is Torah. And nevertheless, Chazal told us simonim of an eif Torah and simonim of an eif tummy. So the Rambam is saying livdek b'simoni ha'eif. There's a mitzvah say livdek b'simoni ha'eif. עד שיעבדו מן תומי שבי לתורה שבי, שנאמר כל ציפר תהרה תחלו, קנ"א לבדק, בסימוני חגובם, ליד התורה מן התומי, שנאמר שולח רעיים, so the Torah writes you clearly what the simonim are, and kufnan beis livdek b'simoni dogim, shnemer zet techlu mikil asher b'moyim. So the Rambam learns that there's a mitzvah aseh to be beidig b'simoni behemet, to be beidig b'simoni eif, to be money b'simoni chagavim, and al derzeh to be beidig b'simoni dogim. Kufnun gimel. Lekadish chadoshim, v'lechashiv shonim, v'chadoshim, b'bezn bulvad. It's a mitzvah on bezn. Shenamer hachedesh hazel lechem reish chadoshim. It's not something on the yochid. It's something that bezn does. Kufnun dalad lish beis b'shabbos. Shenamer b'yem hashvi'i tish beis. Kufnun hey lekadish hashabbos. Shenamer zochres yem hashabbos lekadshe. Kufnun vov levayir chometz. Shenamer b'yem harishon tashbisu seirim b'techem. Kufnun zayin l'saper b'yitzias Mitzrayim b'alayla harishon shel chag hamatzos. Shenamer v'yigadet levincha b'yem hahu. Kufnun ches lechel matzah b'leil zeh. Shenamer b'erev techlu matzos. Kufnun tes lishbeis b'rishon shel Pesach. Shenamer b'yem harishon mikro kedesh. Kuf samach lishbeis b'shvi beis. Shenamer b'yem hashvi mikro kedesh. Kuf samach aleph lisper miktsiras ha'emer tisha v'arboim yem. Shenamer svartum lochem mimochres hashabbos. Kuf samach beis lishbeis b'yem hachamishim. Shenamer krosem be'etzam ha'yem hazeh mikro kedesh, that it becomes shvuos. Kuf samach gimel lishbeis b'rishon shel chedesh hashvi. Shenamer be'echad lachedesh yeh lechem shabbosin. Kuf samach daled lis anis bo asiri bei. Shenamer be'osel lachedesh ta'anu es nafshei sechem. Kuf samach hey lishbeis b'yem atzeim. Shenamer shabbos shabbosin hu lechem. Kuf samach vov lishbeis b'rishon shel chag hasukos. Shenamer b'yem harishon mikro kedesh.